What's up, guys? It's day one of documenting my journey um, of running and starting my own clothing brand at 15. Today, I'm probably going to talk to you guys about when and why I made my clothing brand, the hardships I've been having, and what's to come in the future for my brand. And I really made this account to be real with you guys and show the behind the scenes kind of what it's like to run your own clothing brand. So let's get into it. So the first thing I'm going to talk to you guys about is when and why I started my clothing brand. So I started my clothing brand around 3 to 4 months ago, and at first it was pretty hard scaling my business, and we'll talk about that later. But why I made this? So I made this because, as you may know, I'm a strong believer in Christ, and I wanted to get his word out there somehow in some way. But I also wanted to create my own brand to help make money for me too, and other ways I can scale my business and grow money, because in reality I really wanted to make it out and not stay lower class and not work like a job for other people, you know. I just want to work for myself in the future and make the same or even more amount of money I would make as like a pilot. Like, I'm in a piloting class, so I would know how to do that. So another reason for this is, like I said before, I want to spread the word, and my brand is called New Creation 517, which stands for the Bible verse 2 Corinthians 5:17, which says, if anyone is in Christ, the old is gone, the new is here, the new creation has come. Or no, scratch that. It's, if anyone is in Christ, the new creation has come, the old has gone, the new is here. And that's in the NIV version. So that verse really stuck to me because I felt like when I came to Christ, I became like a new creation and everything else. So that's why I decided to name my brand off of it. And yeah, I just really love it and really want to spread his word. Diving more into why I wanted to start this clothing brand. In 8th grade, when I was like 13, we had this project, and I just like really loved making mock-ups, and like it felt so fun to like have something of my own. And yeah, I just love making clothing. It's so fun and so free because you can be yourself and know that you can have an impact on other people from what you put on a t-shirt. Even if it's on a t-shirt, other people will see it and hopefully like be like, oh shoot, what is that, what does that mean? And you can explain and say like, oh yeah, it's a verse, or it means something, and it could be to them meeting Jesus, or meeting Jesus in Christ. Yeah, so next we're gonna get into the difficulties I've been having so far. Alright, next we're gonna talk about the difficulties I've been having so far in this business. So one really big difficulty was scaling my business, because in 3 to 4 months I only have like 300 followers at this moment, and I had to learn crazy how Instagram works, when's the right time to post, what's the best type of content to post and whatnot like that, and I'm still learning. So yeah, that's one of the biggest ones. The second biggest problem is, excuse me for my language, but making clothing is really fucking expensive. I had to spend $250 for around 45 hoodies, and that's not that much. But then next thing you know, I'm getting scammed, and um, they take my money, and I don't have any more money. So, or I still have money, but it's like, you know, it really plummeted my sales, or like my opportunities I would have had. So I stuck with the same thing, and I only made a bracelet so far that says the new creation has come, and 2 Corinthians 5-17 on the back. I sold out on those, and yeah, it was really hard to sell out. Like for 100, it took me 2 months because no one wants fucking bracelets. Let's be honest, no one wants bracelets. So I had to give out some for free, and like yeah, especially like if it's bracelets like this, you should just give them out and like just like help like people get to know your brand more. That's what I'm doing right now, and the plan I have to get my business out there. So we talked about how scaling the business is really hard and it's really fucking expensive. The third one is finding the right audience and people that want your clothing and actually want it, and like actually want it. I know I said that before, but yeah, I'm gonna say it again. So that's a huge problem, because if you don't find your right audience, they won't want it. Yeah, they really won't want it, and unless you make a really cool design, then they'll want it. But finding the right audience is a really big important role, because I had to find that the Christians, followers of Christ, and people that want to know Christ more, that's my target audience, and that's who I want people buying my clothes. Of course anyone can buy, but I'm targeting them for them to buy my clothes. And yeah, another really big problem is staying consistent with posting. I remember I was at 180 followers like 1 or 2 months in. I was doing really good, and then I just stopped posting for 4 weeks, 4 or 5 weeks, and I went down like 90. And if I didn't do that, I would be at like 400 something right now, which would be crazy. It's super crazy. The final big problem I'm having right now, or have had, is what is it called? Your mentality. It's really a big role, because when I started this, really people, some were supportive, of course, like my family, my friends, they were really supportive, but the other people, like my classmates and my like other people, like they're like, or they would compliment it. They're like, "Oh yeah, let's go, Jedi, you got this," but they would be like in a sarcastic ass tone, and it like really pissed me off. And like, that's one of the reasons why I stopped posting, because it really affected my mental, and I didn't have the right mentality. But that was a really big one for me. So once I got over that, it was really starting to do like work better, and yeah. So now I'm gonna talk about what's to come for my brand and um, what I'm doing right now for my brand. So now we're gonna talk about what's to come in the future and what I'm doing right now for my brand. So um, let's talk about the right now. Um, right now, I'm trying to really scale my business before I drop any clothing like a hoodie, and I have 2 hoodies that I'm gonna be dropping at like 350 followers. Um, I'm gonna be dropping one that's polyester and one that's cotton. Um, and yeah, this kind of cotton I'm gonna be printing on. And the money I make from that, I have a plan. It's gonna be 10% for me, just like spend it on whatever I want. Um, 25% in stocks, reinvested in stocks. 35% or 70 something percent backing my brand. That's or 10% to the church. That's 10. 5% for me. 25 for the stocks, and 60% is going back into my brand. So in reality, I'm not really gonna be making a lot of money for me to start like spending, like buying like all kinds of Nikes and stuff, but that's sort of my plan. And before selling my hoodies, like before that, I'm gonna make a drop video of the stuff. I have it, but I just need my hoodies to get in. And once I have that, I'm gonna make the video or finish that video and then post it and take pre-orders for both hoodies and make a count of that, and then get that all to get printed, and then get that back, ship them out, and get the money. And yeah. Once I get a bigger brand, once I like scale my business even more, I'm probably gonna make a Shopify store so I don't have to ship or like do the payments myself, like give them my PayPal, Cash App, or Zelle. I don't really want to do that, so I would probably make a Shopify account. And another thing I would do is I would probably do like a lot of the big stores are doing right now. Make a password to get in, and only the people that subscribe to the email list can have a password for the next drop to buy something somewhere. I have 10 or so really big ideas, but my top 4 are the TV WT, which stands for the veil was torn, and it's gonna be a zip up with a veil right here and TVWT right here, and top to bottom. And I'll get into more detail about that later on in like day 3 or 4. And then his plans, a design based off of Jeremiah 29:11, child of God, and the crown. It is finished, where he's on the cross. Those are my 4 big ones that I really want to get into in the future, and that's really my plans looking ahead, like 4 or 5 months from now. Not even 4 or 5 months, probably like 2 or 3 months from now. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Drop a like, comment, subscribe, and follow my Instagram on my brand at newcreation517_, and it will be on the screen right now. And thank you guys for watching, and tune in next time.